The Golden Plate. Once upon a time in a place known as Siri there arrived two salesmen who specialized in selling pots, pans, and various handmade trinkets. These two individuals, Mahesh and Sundar, found themselves in a peculiar predicament. They both had the exact same items to sell, and they pondered how they could both succeed in selling their wares within the same village and earn a good livelihood. Sundar expressed this concern, wondering aloud, "Oh Sundar, how can we sell the same item to the same person? If they buy from you, why will they buy it from me again?" An astute observer then offered a brilliant suggestion: they should divide the town in half. One salesman would take their items to sell in one half, and the other would take the other half. Once one was finished with an area, the other could then go and try selling their items there too. This idea was readily accepted by both Mahesh and Sundar, who expressed their gratitude for the helpful solution. Thus Mahesh and Sundar embarked on their separate routes, each calling out to the villagers, advertising their pots and pans. Pots and pans, take your trinkets and shine with them. Not far away a little girl heard the salesman's cries. She listened intently to the vendor screaming and quickly hurried inside her humble abode to call her grandmother out. The little girl excitedly told her grandmother that someone was selling shiny trinkets and expressed her strong desire for a bracelet, pleading, "Please buy me one." Her grandmother, however, was filled with a sense of regret and sadness, informing the child, "Oh child, I wish I could, but we don't have any money. How will we buy it?" The little girl, with a spark of an idea, then suggested, "Can't we sell that ugly plate to buy the bracelet?" The grandmother looked at the plate, dismissing it as, "This is covered in black soot. Who will trade this for a bracelet?" Despite her grandmother's skepticism, the little girl was persistent, urging, "Oh, let's try, grandma, please." Eventually the grandmother conceded, saying, "Okay, we can try." Soon after, Mahesh approached the little girl's house. The little girl immediately called out to him, "Yes, over here, I want a bracelet." Mahesh observed the little girl's torn clothes and, based on her appearance, instantly made the decision to disregard her. He dismissively told her, "Don't waste my time, little girl, you can't buy this." The little girl, however, insisted that he should first tell her the price. Mahesh reluctantly stated the price. "Okay, it's 4 coins, give me it and buy your bracelet." The grandmother interjected, apologizing, 4 coins, we are so sorry, we don't have money to give you, but if you come inside I can offer you something to trade for." Mahesh, though clearly impatient, agreed, saying, "Oh fine, but make it quick, I have to go and sell these things to those who have money to buy them." Upon entering the house, Mahesh was appalled by its condition. The walls were crumbling, the roof was poorly patched to cover numerous holes, and mice scurried all over the place. He thought to himself, "What, they are so poor, what on earth can they offer me?" The grandmother then presented the sooty plate to Mahesh, explaining, "The mice, sire, I only have this sooty plate to offer you. My granddaughter really wants a bracelet, please accept." Mahesh took the plate disdainfully, referring to it as this black ugly thing. "How deep is it covered in black ash?" He decided to rub it, hoping it was at least copper. As Mahesh rubbed the plate, the black ash began to come off and a small part of the plate started to shine. To his astonishment, he realized what it was: a golden plate. The little girl, noticing his change in demeanor, asked, "What happened? Is something wrong? Can you buy this?" Mahesh, being a greedy man, immediately began to scheme. He thought, "This is pure gold, this must be worth hundreds and thousands. I should go quietly and come back later. They will be convinced that this plate was worthless and will give it to me even for free." Feigning disinterest, he declared, "Oh, I was just wondering how could you offer this useless plate to me? This is not worth anything, there's no value in this, I don't want it." The grandmother, distressed, pleaded, "Oh please don't say this, it will break my granddaughter's heart. Can't you find a way to give us one bracelet?" Mahesh's response was harsh and uncompromising. "One bracelet I can't give you. Even half a bracelet for this useless thing. You have wasted enough of my time. I will leave now." The little girl, heartbroken and angry, lamented, "He is a rude man. I don't want anything." Mahesh then disappeared into the market. As Mahesh vanished, Sundar arrived at the very same place to try his luck, calling out pots, pens and train kits, hearts, pens and trinkets. He greeted the little girl warmly. "Hello little girl, would you want to buy something?" The little girl, still saddened by the previous encounter, replied, "I don't have money to buy anything from you." Sundar, with a kind and understanding tone, responded, "Oh, you must have something. Don't be sad. Let's do one thing. You tell me what you have and I will try to trade to you." The little girl, encouraged, explained, "Okay, I want a bracelet, but I don't want it for free. I have an old plate that I can give you. Would you want to have a look at it?" Sundar readily agreed. "Of course, how else will we deal?" The grandmother presented the plate, admitting, "I don't know if it will be of any use, but here it is." Sundar, being a generous and honest man, already knew that the plate might not be worth much, but he had already decided in his heart to trade the old plate for a bracelet to avoid breaking the little girl's heart. To make the transaction appear legitimate, he decided to examine the plate first. He began to rub the black ash, saying, "Okay, let me try and rub the black ash." Suddenly he exclaimed, "What, this is a golden plate, miss. This is worth more than everything I have. It's worth thousands. I don't have enough to buy this." The old lady, admitting her lack of understanding regarding money, said, "Oh really? I am an old lady. I don't understand money. You seem to be honest and kind. Why don't you take this and give my granddaughter a bracelet?" Sundar, overwhelmed by his discovery, clarified, "A bracelet? You can have more than 1,000 bracelets." "Wait a minute, I can give you every pot, pan, trinket and every last coin I have in return for this plate, but please let me keep 8 coins to be able to cross the river, and my balancing scale with its cover to put the golden plate in." The old lady was overjoyed by Sundar's honesty and generosity. She now possessed many earthen pots and pans, and her granddaughter had numerous shiny trinkets. They happily waved goodbye to Sundar. Sundar too was extremely happy to have found the golden plate, understanding that his life was about to change for the better. Meanwhile, not far behind, Mahesh was also under the impression that his dreams were about to come true, thinking, "Gold, gold, I'm going to be rich." He was convinced. "I am sure the old lady has by now given up all hope. She will readily give me the golden plate for free. This is real salesmanship." He even imagined the little girl waiting for him outside. He declared loudly, "Okay, I have changed my mind. I can't see a little girl like you. Sad. I will buy your golden, I mean that black ugly plate, but I can't give you your bracelet." The little girl, however, interrupted his monologue, saying, thinking, "What, mister, we don't need anything from you. We already sold our golden plate to a wise and honest salesman." Mahesh was stunned, exclaiming, "What, where, how, who?" The little girl, now firm and empowered, retorted, "You are rude, and now you are late too. He gave us everything he had except 8 coins and his balancing scale. He must have already crossed the river by now." Mahesh realized the bitter truth. The little girl was right, and he was indeed too late. Sundar had already successfully crossed the river. Mahesh exploded with uncontrollable rage. He began jumping up and down, frantically waving his hands in the air. Filled with intense hatred for Sundar, he screamed, "Furio!" Usly, but Sundar was far ahead and could not hear a single word. Mahesh continued to yell, "Come back at once. That's my money. Ah, that's Mahesh. He is jumping with excitement. He is waving at me. Maybe he knows about what happened. Look how happy he is for me. Hey, thank you. I am happy too. Goodbye now, my money." Sundar was gone, and Mahesh was left on the ground, consumed by regret for his actions. The story concludes with the clear moral: if only Mahesh had not been greedy, the golden plate would have been his. Reinforcing the timeless wisdom that honesty is the best policy, the story of the Golden Plate offers profound insights into human nature and the consequences of one's actions, particularly highlighting the contrasting traits of greed versus honesty. Mahesh's character is a stark embodiment of avarice and deceit. From the moment he first encounters the little girl and her grandmother, his judgment is clouded by their apparent poverty. He immediately dismisses them based on their torn clothes and the dilapidated state of their home, prioritizing the pursuit of wealth from those he perceives as having money. His rudeness is evident when he tells the little girl not to waste his time and demands 4 coins for a bracelet, demonstrating his immediate disregard for their financial situation. The pivotal moment arrives when he discovers the plate is made of pure gold. Instead of acting with integrity, he immediately devises a plan to trick the grandmother and the little girl into believing the plate is worthless with the intention of acquiring it for free. His internal monologue reveals his calculating and manipulative nature as he contemplates how this is pure gold, this must be worth hundreds and thousands, I should go quietly and come back later, they will be convinced that this plate was worthless and will give it to me even for free. This demonstrates a complete lack of empathy and a willingness to exploit vulnerable individuals for personal gain. His subsequent denial of the plate's value, his refusal to even give half a bracelet for it, and his final departure fueled by the desire to return and take advantage underscore his deep-seated greed. The immediate consequence of his dishonesty is his regret and rage when he realizes he has lost the opportunity. His intense hatred for Sundar and his futile screaming reveal the destructive nature of unchecked greed, which ultimately leads to his downfall and bitter disappointment. In stark contrast, Sundar represents the virtues of generosity and honesty. When he arrives at the same house, he approaches the little girl with kindness and understanding. Unlike Mahesh, Sundar does not judge the family based on their poverty. His immediate thought, even before examining the plate, is to make a fair trade for a bracelet, driven by his desire not to break the little girl's heart. This proactive decision to be kind regardless of the item's perceived value sets him apart. When he discovers the plate is gold, his reaction is one of genuine shock and honesty. He openly admits its immense worth, stating, "This is a golden plate, miss. This is worth more than everything I have. It's worth thousands. I don't have enough to buy this." This transparency is crucial, as he could have easily followed Mahesh's path and deceived the trusting grandmother. Instead, he goes above and beyond, offering every pot, pan, trinket, and every last coin he possesses in exchange for the plate, only asking to keep 8 coins and his balancing scale for practical necessities. This act of profound generosity and integrity earns him the golden plate fairly and demonstrates the true value of an honest character. The story makes it clear that Sundar's life changes for good, not just because of the gold, but because his ethical behavior led him to it. The juxtaposed outcomes for Mahesh and Sundar serve as a powerful narrative lesson. Mahesh's greed led to his failure and regret, while Sundar's honesty led to prosperity and happiness. The ultimate moral honesty is the best policy is not merely stated but vividly illustrated through the parallel experiences of the 2 salesmen. This story emphasizes that true wealth is not just about material possessions but also about the integrity and moral fiber of an individual.